Now, ESPN FC on ESPN Plus is presented by the all-new Honda CR-V Hybrid. And despite the fact Frank thinks that France are already in the final, they of course have to beat Morocco, have been very much the surprise package of the World Cup so far. The first African team ever making it to the semi-final, and of course by association, they'll be the first team ever to go to the final. How's the feeling in France going into this tie, Frank?
Well, and I agree with that, as I just said, it's going to be a very difficult game. France has to score very early in the game if they want to hope that they will have a good win. As long as France doesn't score, and as far we can go into the game, seeing Morocco drawing is going to become more difficult and more difficult for France to beat Morocco. The confidence will go in, the hope of winning for Morocco will be going to get bigger, and it's how the game is going to be almost impossible to play for France. Morocco defensively are absolutely outstanding. Now, it's possible that Romain Saïs, the former Wolverhampton player and the captain of Morocco, won't play. That will be kind of a drama for them. But definitely, France will have to find a way to score a goal very quickly in order to make the game easier than it could be if they don't.
Shaka, is it fair to say this will be a home game for Morocco?
Absolutely, it will. Listen, of any team in this tournament, I think the Moroccan fans have had the biggest influence and impact on their own team. I saw Morocco against Spain. I saw them in their 1-0 win against Portugal. And make no mistake about it, the Moroccan fans do make a difference, more so than anybody else in this tournament. Morocco are very stern, very disciplined defensively. They don't panic. They not really bothered if you keep the ball, and then when they win it, they run at you with pace and give you a lot to worry about. So this is by far a foregone conclusion, and France can't afford to lose concentration on either end of the pitch, because if Morocco take the lead, I'm not sure that they come out at all, and as they continue to show, when they're determined not to be scored on, they give up very, very little.
How do you see this one going, Ali?
Well, I know Didier Deschamps is not going to do this.
Oh.
But if I were him, yes, please pay attention. Didier, this is a message for you. I would give the ball to Morocco.
Right.
I give the ball to Morocco and say, okay, all right, you have proven that you can defend very well. You have proven that you're comfortable sitting behind the ball and moving together, and the fight and the energy with which they have played. Prove to us that you can actually come over here and create on your own. Not on counters, but create on your own. And because we don't think, or I wouldn't think, that they'll be good enough to do that, you're going to lose the ball in a bad area. And now I can utilize the speed in behind from Dembele. Now I can utilize the speed in behind from Mbappe. In transition, in a game of transition, France wins. In a game of transitions, when they are in control, I think France have better athletes, have better players, have more talent, and therefore are going to find enough spaces. I don't know that France, because of the weight of history and who they are in the game, I don't think they're just going to give the ball to Morocco to begin with. That's what I would do. Not necessarily passive, but we're going to sit here, we're going to force you into mistakes in the middle of midfield, into areas that are crowded, and when we win it, we're going to go, and we're going to exploit the spaces that you're leaving behind. That would be my game plan. Nobody's going to listen to me.
That doesn't sound very attractive on the eye, though.
Well, I don't care. I care about advancing.
Hold on. What happens if Morocco goes, no.
No, you have the ball.
Well,
where do we go?
Yeah, well, obviously, Morocco's going to have to play a part in this, but this is the way I would set it up. My point is, I'm not going to sit all the way back if I'm France. I'm just going to invite you. I'm just going to invite you here. I'm just going to lure you over here so that you give me some space, so that then I can play in those moments of transition. And let's just assume that Morocco is going to do exactly what they have done up until this point. But then France is going to have to take shots from distance. You're going to have runs out of the midfield. You're going to have production from wide areas. All those things need to happen, and they need to happen at speed. The key for the game, in my opinion, for France is going to be everything that they do in the attack has to be done at speed. If you do it slowly, if you move the ball slowly, if the movement of the ball is slow, then Morocco will sit in behind and will be easier to defend.
Let's take a look then at everyone's predictions, shall we? Going into the second semi-final, no surprise, France are the picks of everybody. In fact, only Jules has got Morocco scoring. Frank thinks this is going to be convincing He's disagreed with Shaka for the first time today. Shaka's going for 2-0, which is the same as Ali and Stevie. We will, of course, be reflecting on that on the next edition of the show. Be sure to join us. Shaka, do you want to go and warm up now? I think you deserve it.
Yeah, yes, thank you. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. One more thing. Is Messi? No, it's all right. It's all right. It's okay, Shaq.
So, I can't hear that. I can't hear you. I've lost you again.